Okay, hey, today we want to show you a really good, solid conceptual drill when it comes to footwork. I think personally the most under-taught skill in basketball, whether it's from youth development all the way up, is footwork. It's the most important skill offensively. If you want to be a really good player, you have to have great feet. And we oftentimes want to teach all these crazy drills and all this other stuff, but the one thing that gets negated is proper footwork out of it. So this drill's got a three conceptual approach. It's going to build up from base all the way up to the next step. We're going to talk a lot about stance, shot readiness, ball placement, and also obviously with the big first step. So the first thing you do is what we're going to call just a catch ready. And so our guys are going to self pass the basketball to them. Two things whenever you catch a ball, whether you pick the ball up the dribble or catch it. The second that you catch a ball, your feet are engaged and your ball is engaged. So we talk about a three-prong approach when it comes to engagement. Feet engagement, ball engagement, and eye engagement. You have to be able to see the floor. So you guys are going to go through all three. On the catch, we're going to catch as soon as my feet hit, the basketball is going to go directly into my shooting pocket. Your shooting pocket, if you're right-handed, is right below your right eye at your chin. Every time you pick up a basketball is where it should go. So these guys are going to give me three of these. They're going to self-catch. They're going to give me a good solid basketball stance. They're going to hold their stance for 2 full seconds on this drill. So let's show it 3 times, guys. Stance. And I'll have you hold it next time you go. So go ahead and do it again. Catch, stance. So now watch. Kelby right now, his shot is a little bit loose and low. We want that ball up. This all quickens your shot up because eventually your ball's got to get. So we want it there quicker. It gives you a quicker release. And then eyes engagement. So do it again, guys. Here we go. Ready? Better. And we talk about toes. We'll show you another drill later that Sam worked on with guys with footwork. It all comes into play. We want you landing on your toes, not on the back of your heels. It gives you explosiveness. It gives you spring. So one more time. Ready? Here we go. Good. Feet engagement, ball engagement, eye engagement. That's absolutely perfect. The next you get this done is what we want to work on big first steps. It's really important no matter how tall you are, small you are, quick you are, slow you are, the better first step you have, the more advantage you have on the offensive end. And we always, when we talk about a direct step, you really want to directly step towards the basket. So on this drill, they're going to self-catch, they're going to work on their stance again, but now we're going to go a big first step. And without dribbling the basketball, we're going to ask them to put the ball outside their kneecap. We want it below the kneecap because we want a little dribble on this and eyes engaged. So we're going to go 3 of those guys. Ready? Set. Here we go. Good. Now watch on this. Kelby, we want that outside the kneecap, not in front because he's exposing it to the defense. If he was to dribble that ball, it would be right in front of his foot. We want it to protect. Sam's ball's got to get lower. Here we go. Let's go. Again. Good. Outside your knee, Kelby. Perfect. One more time. One more time. Here we go. One more. Good. Okay. So now they get through 3 of these, and we want the ball low. We want it outside. They all 3 get better as we go, and that's why you work on these things because most kids don't work on this, and so this is part of becoming a better basketball player. Once you get done with your stance and your step, now they're going to put it into action, and one thing we're going to talk about is shot readiness. So they're going to give themselves a self-pass stance for 2 seconds, 1,001, 1,002. Now on their direct step, they're going to actually put the ball on the floor. And Coach Willard and I are going to be looking for ball placement. So when they step, we don't want a high dribble. A high dribble means I'm standing up straight up and down. It means my foot's going to be a little bit smaller step, and it's going to mean I'm slower. So we want a low dribble on this, and we're going to go right from one dribble into shot readiness. When my feet hit, the ball's placed, and I'm in a good solid stance. Again, legs engaged. Okay, here we go. Ready? Stance, step. Shot ready. Perfect. 1,001, 1,002, and we'll go back again. Good. One more. One more. One more. Good. In the shooting pocket. So those are 3 things that you can work on. Actually, the first time you get into a gym again, we showed a ball handling warm-up that you guys will see at another time on our Facebook page. But before you pick up a ball and start shooting, these are things you should be doing before you shoot a basketball. Working on footwork, working on shot readiness and ball placement. And then I'll show you one other quick one as we get going for ball placement. It's a great little look here. So these guys now are going to just simply go into a pound dribble that we showed you earlier. And they're going to go 3 times. So they're going to go stance, they're going to go pound dribble 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And on the third dribble, they're going to pick the ball up and they're going to get into shot readiness. So they're going to drive the ball from the bounce to their pocket. 1, 2, 3, pocket. 1, 2, 3, pocket. 1, 2, 3, pocket. And they're getting shot ready. So let's show 3 of those guys, okay? Ready, set, go. Pocket, good. Eyes up. Drive it up. Okay, good. And you'll notice even on Kelby, and Kelby's an all-state player, but even on Kelby, getting used to driving the ball from here to here quickly. It's all about giving yourself an advantage by quickening up your release, and that's so important. Now we're going to go scissor dribble into a guy, so you're going to stand stationary, and we're going to go ahead and go 4 scissor dribbles. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 4th one, you're going to drive it and put it right into your pocket, okay? Ready, set, go. Drive it, good. Good, eyes to the rim, eyes to the rim, good. Eyes to the rim, drive it. One more. Good. And you'll notice both of them, and great job, especially on both you guys. Eyes to the basket every single time they pick the ball up. You'll notice, and I'm going to say this when we get a little bit farther in our shooting progression, which will be a whole nother video. But the 2 most important weapons you have as a shooter is your lower half engagement and your wrist engagement. That's what gives shooter power. So if your legs and your lower half and your feet aren't engaged, you are not going to use the most powerful tool you have in your body, and you become an arm shooter. And arm shooters are very inconsistent shooters. You also have to rely on good solid wrist action because that's a powerful tool. So we'll talk about that. But this drill here really works on engaging the lower half, which if you were to watch film, 90% of our high school athletes don't use their lower half very well at all. So if you want to become a better shooter, practicing the concept of engaging your lower half is extremely important. So for Sacred Hoops, for Coach Willard and myself, we thank you for watching today.